Hello there, everyone. I finally got my my last free Ninja Turtle figures that I planned to get. I got the last two turtles. I got Raphael and Leonardo, and I got Splinter. I got Splinter first, and then I got the last two turtles. But I'm actually gonna review the two turtles first, and I'm gonna start with Raphael. This is Raphael, and he's the rather selfish member of the Ninja Turtles, or as the box calls him, the hothead. And speaking of the box, here it is right here. It's just pretty much the same as Michelangelo and Donatello's. The only difference is Raphael's name, and it says hothead and sharp sci expert. And yeah, the only bigger difference is that on the back. That's Raphael's picture, and it says the same thing as on the front vid, and his bio too. I don't know if you can read it, but yeah, it says his weapons are his size, and of course he's the member of the Ninja Turtles. And yeah, there's the other figures too. Like I said in my other review, I only plan to get the four turtles and Splinter. I'm not a big fan of the other figures. And yeah, that's really all there is about the box, really. And now for the figure. I'm going to start with Raphael's color. His skin is a very dark green. I mean, do you see how dark he is? I never expected him to be this. I never expected his green color to be that dark. I mean, look at Donatello. He's much lighter, you see. I don't understand why Raphael has to be that dark. Even Leonardo is a little lighter too, just not as light as Donatello's color. But anyways, I already got Raphael's size in his hand, and yeah, he comes with both sides, and that's what he uses in the show. I'm now going to go to his articulation. Raphael's head can go 360 degrees. It has a little looser joints than Michelangelo's was. His arms can go in and out. They go forward and back, and they bend at the elbow too, and rotate as well. And so does his wrist. That also goes 360. And so does his entire arm. And now, yeah, his legs is the same thing. They go in and out and forward and back and bend at the knee and rotate too. And yeah, that's really all the articulation he has. About his size, they're a little difficult to get in his hands. Almost like trying to get Michelangelo's nunchucks in his hands. It's difficult getting Raphael's size in his hands too. You might want to be careful when you do that. You don't want to try to break his thumb or anything. And by the way, on Raphael's back, you can store the size. There are two sockets on the back. And yeah, both sides go in. Usually, he stores his size on the front of him. Like, I've seen in the 80s shows, Raphael usually stores the size on the front of him, but yeah, they do look better on the back. And by the way, I forgot more about the color. He's the red masked turtle, and the front of him is dark yellow or something. And the back of his shell is more darker than his skin, really. And his sides are just plain gray. And he has the brown elbow pads and knee pads, and brown bandages, I guess, on his ankles, and white bandages on his hands. Alright, oh yeah, and his belt is brown too. Okay, now I think I got all the colors. Yeah, I never really liked Raphael that much because of how much of a moron he is. Well, I seen how selfish he is in the live action movie, the 1990 movie, and how selfish he is in the 2003 show. He doesn't look in the 80s show. He doesn't look that selfish to me. Well, but I think that because I only have the first season on DVD and the 9th season. Yeah, in both seasons he doesn't seem that selfish to me, but still, Raphael really is the complete hothead, giving you a 360 rotate. Um, I don't know what else to say. So now I think let's move on to Leonardo. And now here's Leonardo. The oh yeah, I got his box here too. Of course, it's the same as always. Just Leonardo's name, and is the leader and king of the katana swords. And of course on the back, we got Leonardo's picture. It's a little dark right there, and there's his bio there too. Weapons, the Niten Ryu, I guess that's how it says, known as double katana swords, and member of the Ninja Turtles, of course. And that's really it. Never anything really different. And now for Leonardo. He's got the same rotations that Raphael has, so I don't feel like showing it again. But for color, Leonardo is a lighter green than Raphael, and his shell is a little lighter. He's got these brown sword sockets. That's what I call him. And his belt is brown, and so are his knee pads and his elbow pads. And he's got the same white bandages, and his ankle bandages are white. And he's the blue mesh turtle. Blue is my favorite color actually, and so is green. Though Leonardo is not really my favorite. And yeah, here I got both his katana blades in his hands. They're actually a little loose. Like yeah, you see how loose they feel? But luckily they're easy to get in his hands. No need to try to risk breaking his thumbs with Michelangelo or Raphael. In fact, his katana blades are a different size. Like the left sword is longer than the right one. I didn't really expect them to be different size, but and by the way, you can fit both his swords in the sockets. The short one goes in here, and the long one goes here. I still like the weapon storing feature, because that's what the turtles need. I don't know if many people really like Leonardo that much, and I didn't really expect him to actually be a leader of the turtles. Usually, I think Splinter is the leader, because he's a sensei. But I guess Leonardo can have that role too. Oh yes, and for size comparison, Raphael and Leonardo are pretty much the same size. Not really much of a difference. And I forgot to do a size comparison with Donatello and Michelangelo. I got them both right here. Donatello is much taller, and yes, Michelangelo is the shortest of the turtles. And usually, when I see previews of the new 2012 show, Donatello is the tallest of the turtles, and not many people and a lot of people don't really understand why. I mean, all the turtles should really be the same size. Well, Michelangelo can remain a little short because I think he's the youngest one, but still, Donatello right here, he seems to be the same size as. Actually, he might look only slightly taller than Leonardo. And another thing, I almost forgot. This right here is the ninja arsenal, I guess, that Leonardo comes with. It's got these extra weapons, like some kind of mini spears, I guess, and these ninja stars that look like flowers or something, and there's an extra sword right here. I still don't know if you can snap the weapons off and use them to give your turtles extra weapons. If anybody knows, let me know, because I don't want to just try to snap them off and mistakenly break them. And by the way, here's Raphael's arsenal. He's got these two extra size, well, two half size that look. In fact, I realized they're actually the exact same size as the size he has. They're exactly the same. And I think he's got ninja stars here too, and I don't know what these are. They look like hooks with, I don't know. And I also realized that on the bottom here, it has Raphael's name. You can't really see, but it has Rap right there. Same for Leonardo's too. The tiny name is right there. Yeah, I don't think you can read that. But that's it for these guys. And now for Splinter. Here he is right here. You know who Splinter is, the sensei of the Turtles. But of course, before I get to him, I got his box too. Again, it's the same. It just has Splinter's name, Honorable Sensei of the Ninja Turtles. And they're on the back. There's his picture and his bio. And yeah, look what it says for his weapons. Hand, speed, tail, walking staff, anything and everything. Nice one. And I kind of have a little more to say about Splinter than the Turtles. So now I'm getting onto the figure. For color, Splinter has a white face, a black, white, and brown face, and he's got a pink nose, and his robe is like a reddish brown, and he's got a pink tail, and his legs. They're hard to see right here, but his legs are gray, and so are his hands or his arms, and his fingers are pink. And he's got this blue walking staff. That's the only accessory he comes with. He doesn't come with one of these things like the Turtles do. Yet the box still says that it includes Ninja Arsenal. Well, I don't quite know what that is. And another thing I almost forgot about Splinter's box, there actually is something on the bottom. It shows you where to attach his tail. And yeah, his tail is detached when you first get him. And actually, let me go to this articulation. Splinter actually has less articulation than the Turtles do. His head can go 360 degrees, but he can't look up and down, unfortunately. His arms, they can go in and out, and they go forward and back. His joints are a little squeaky. And his other forearm, I guess, goes 360, but his wrist doesn't rotate, and his arm doesn't bend. And his legs, they go in and out too, and that's about it. They don't go, or no, they go forward and back, but they don't go in and out, and they also don't bend. And his tail can rotate 360 as well. Yeah, like I said, Splinter has less articulation. Yeah, here, this is his staff. His cane. It's a little loose for his hand too, like Leonardo's swords. Yeah, his cane is loose too, but anyway, when I first seen Splinter, about seeing him as the character in the new show, I was surprised by what he looks like. In fact, I seen previews of the show on YouTube. Like I seen the training video. It was a video by Forever Mutation. He posted a training video from the show, and at the end, Splinter appears and shows himself. He's actually very tall. He's even taller than the Turtles. Usually in the other shows, he's much shorter because he's an old man. But to tell you the truth, he doesn't really look too old in the 2012 show. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot about his size. He and Leonardo are pretty much the same size if you don't count Splinter's ears. So I guess he is about almost the same size as my other figures, except he's taller than Michelangelo. And another thing. Do you remember in the 2003 show and the live-action movies that Splinter's origins go as him always being a rat? Well, in the 80s show, he was Hamatoyoshi, who got turned into a rat. And that origin is going to be in the 2012 show too. That's what I heard. I like Splinter's origins better when he was always a rat, and Hamatoyoshi gets killed by Oroku Saki. Yeah, I do like that origin better because it involves somebody getting killed, but in the Nickelodeon show, they're taking the lighter tone again, so they're not going to allow anyone to die. They're just going to have Hamatoyoshi be Splinter again. Oh yeah, and about his robe, I almost forgot. It's kind of rubbery. This on the lower side, his robe is rubbery, while the top of him is, or no, actually, I think all of his robe is a little rubbery. His arm pieces of his robe are a little more plastic. And at first, I thought you can take off Splinter's robe, but I don't think so. And his robe had a little more color than just reddish brown, like the middle of him that looks like a belt, and these parts that I guess are called a tunic, or no, just they're usually black colored. And also, Splinter's face in the actual show, he's not really all that white. He's actually a little more white in the figure here, but he doesn't have that much white in the show. And by the way, I forgot, he also has this long goatee, but he doesn't have the whiskers. But anyway, you can put Splinter's cane in either hand, and you can try to help. He can try to stand with it. Try to help him stand better with it. And I like he's more better with the cane in his left hand. And he does use a cane in the other shows and the movies. Oh, by the way, another thing that I almost forgot. Each figure came with the same booklet as I showed you in the other review. It's just got the pictures of the other toys again. You see, it shows the basic figures, the sound effects figures, the playset, the role playing, and it's got the same vehicles again. So yeah, there's no need to talk about this again. But anyway, I now have all 4 turtles and Splinter. And like I said in my other review, when I got all 5 of them, I was gonna take pictures of them for DeviantArt, and I already have uploaded a few of them. First I took pictures of all 5 of them as a basic picture, and then on my kitchen table I took pictures of the turtles encountering Black Arachnia and Scorponok from Transformers. Yeah, you can go to my DeviantArt profile and take a look at them. The link is in my YouTube profile. And by the way, I still haven't told you this. If you're wondering who my favorite Ninja Turtle is, well, I'm kind of partial to Donatello because he uses the staff, and because of that, and like I said in my other review, he's much like Gambit of X-Men. Yeah, I guess Donatello could be my favorite, and Michelangelo's good too. Leonardo is okay, and I still dislike Raphael. And usually, Splinter is my favorite character in the show. And I like Casey Jones too, so I'm not sure if Casey Jones will be in the 2012 show. But anyway, that's pretty much it. I reviewed all 5 of my planned figures, all 4 turtles and Splinter. So and by the way, when you get these figures, like I said in my other review, when you put their weapons in their hands, be cautious and try to be careful. You don't want to break their hands in anything. That's just one little extra line I added. Okay, so now that's pretty much it. See you, everyone.